Okay, I know I just told this story about me farting when I was 14, but you know what? When I was in the third grade, and you know what? It's crazy because I swear, this was like the first time, it doesn't even matter. Whatever. So I, I'm gassy. I fart. I fart. Like I said, when I gotta fart, I'm gonna fart. I don't care where I am. And in the third grade, we were like in class, and you know like how they used to have like four desks like pushed together to make a table. And there was this one guy who like sat at my table, and he was always fucking farting. He was always farting. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fart. But like if somebody's like, oh my god, who is that? I'm gonna be like, it was Rory. So I farted, and then they were like, oh my god, who farted? And I was like, it was Rory. It was Rory. And he was like, no, it wasn't. He was like, it was you. He was like, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your sister. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm never blaming a fart on anybody else again. But like, damn, like that was really intense, really intense, really intense. And I was like, never again, never again. So after that, I took accountability for every fart, every fart. I was like, I will never blame another person, never blame another person. But I mean, like, I was in the third grade, like, and I was already a weirdo. I was already a weirdo. Like, I didn't want to be like even more of a weirdo. And I was like, he was always farting. Like, I thought I'd be okay, but I didn't know he was gonna flip out on me. I didn't know he was gonna flip out on me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was a weird little girl, and it was already hard for me to make friends. I would go up to girls because I would go to like new schools a lot, and I'd be like, hey, you guys want to see something cool? And then they'd be like, yeah. And then I would like start popping my hip bone out of place. And then they would look at me like I was weird, and I'm like, well, that's pretty much all I got. I don't know how else to like engage in acts to make friends with people. That was how I would go about people. I'd be like, you want to see something cool, and show them, or like I would show them me popping my hip bone out of place. I don't know how I led to that from farting, but I was just trying to describe how weird of a little girl I was.